Every day, we say goodbye to remarkable individuals whose lives shaped history, sport, music, and beyond. Today, we honor their stories, their achievements, and the legacies they leave behind. If you appreciate these tributes and want to keep celebrating the lives of those we've lost, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Final Moments for more. Number 1. Marika Sherwood. Today, we pay tribute to a historian, educator, and advocate who dedicated her life to uncovering the hidden narratives of Black and Asian history in Britain, Marika Sherwood. Today, we pay tribute to a historian, educator, and advocate who dedicated her life to uncovering the hidden narratives of Black and Asian history in Britain, Marika Sherwood. Born on November 8, 1937 in Budapest, Hungary, Marika Sherwood's early life was marked by hardship. As a Jewish child growing up in World War II, she and her family faced immense persecution. Many of her relatives perished in the Holocaust, but in 1948, she and the surviving members of her family immigrated to Australia in search of a new beginning. In Sydney, Marika worked and studied part-time, eventually traveling to New Guinea before returning to Australia. However, it was in England where her life's work truly took shape. In 1965, Marika moved to London with her young son after a divorce. She took up teaching, where she witnessed the systemic discrimination faced by Black students in the education system. This experience sparked a lifelong mission to uncover the histories often erased from the mainstream narrative. Between 1980 and 1985, Marika spent 5 years conducting academic research in Harlem, further strengthening her resolve to document the histories of the African diaspora. In 1991, she co-founded the Black and Asian Studies Association, BASA, alongside historian Hakim Adi and others. BASA aimed to promote research, share knowledge, and advocate for the inclusion of Black and Asian histories in school curriculums. Marika was a prolific writer, producing influential works such as After Abolition, Britain and the Slave Trade since 1907, shedding light on Britain's continued exploitation after the formal end of the slave trade. In 2017, her commitment to justice saw her embroiled in controversy. She planned to speak at the University of Manchester's Israel Apartheid Week with a talk titled, "You're Doing to Palestinians What the Nazis Did to Me." The Israeli embassy intervened, leading to censorship of the title and additional restrictions on the speech. Her scholarly work extended to Pan-Africanism with deep dives into the lives of figures like Henry Sylvester Williams, Claudia Jones, and Kwame Nkrumah. Her research was instrumental in understanding the global impact of the African diaspora. On February 17, 2025, Marika Sherwood passed away at the age of 87, leaving behind an unparalleled legacy of scholarship and activism. Number 2. Evan Hultman. We now remember the life and legacy of Evan Curly Hultman, a man who dedicated his life to public service, the military, and the state of Iowa. Hultman passed away on February 16, 2025 at the age of 99, leaving behind a remarkable legacy. Born on July 15, 1925 in Albia, Iowa, Hultman was a proud Iowan through and through. After serving in the U.S. Army during World War II, he pursued higher education at the University of Iowa, earning both his BA and JD degrees. In 1961, he took office as the Attorney General of Iowa, serving until 1965 under Governor Harold Hughes. As the state's top legal officer, Hultman was known for his dedication to justice and his unwavering commitment to the people of Iowa. But his public service didn't end there. Hultman had a long and distinguished military career, rising to the rank of Major General in the U.S. Army Reserve. His military accolades include the Meritorious Service Medal, the Army Commendation Medal, and the World War II Victory Medal. He held various leadership positions, training and guiding the next generation of military leaders. Even after his time in the office, he continued serving as a U.S. attorney, a position he was nominated for by 3 different presidents. His dedication to both his country and his community earned him widespread respect and admiration. Evan Hultman's visitation will be held on March 7, 2025 at Veterans Memorial Hall in Waterloo, with funeral services on March 8th at Westminster Presbyterian Church. He will be laid to rest at Waterloo Cemetery. Number 3. H. Jones. Some legends are written in the record books, while others are engraved in the hearts of those they inspired. Today, we remember one such legend, Richard C. H. Jones, a true icon of college baseball. He passed away on February 17, 2025 in Gore, Oklahoma, after battling Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease for nearly 3 years. Born on February 15, 1938 in Herrin, Illinois, Richard Jones earned his famous nickname Itch after breaking his leg in 3rd grade. To soothe the constant itching under his cast, he used a fly swatter handle, an image that stuck just like the nickname his cousin gave him. Jones's love for the game took him to the Southern Illinois University, where he played as a second baseman. His passion and talent led him to a brief stint in the Baltimore Orioles minor league system, but it was coaching where he truly left his mark. In 1970, Itch took the helm at Southern Illinois University, where he built a powerhouse program. In 21 seasons, he led the Salukis to 10 NCAA tournaments and 3 College World Series appearances. His 738 career wins at SIU remain a school record. Then came a new chapter, coaching the Illinois Fighting Illini from 1991 to 2005. He won 474 games, captured 2 Big Ten regular season titles, a Big Ten tournament championship, and sent over 20 players to Major League Baseball. He even mentored future Illini head coach Dan Hartlib, who called Jones a second father and one of the best human beings he had ever known. Beyond the field, Itch was a devoted husband to his wife Sue and a loving father and grandfather. He fought a courageous battle with Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, living nearly 3 years beyond his initial 7-month diagnosis, a testament to his unbreakable spirit. In his honor, Southern Illinois named their baseball stadium after him, a fitting tribute to a man who dedicated his life to the sport. His jersey number was retired, and he remains enshrined in 9 halls of fame. Number 4. Rick Buckler. Rick Buckler, the legendary drummer of the Jam, has passed away at the age of 69. Born on December 6, 1955 in Woking, Surrey, Buckler was a driving force behind one of Britain's most influential bands. His former bandmates and fans worldwide were mourning the loss of a musician whose rhythmic precision and energy helped define an era of British rock. Paul Weller, the Jam's frontman, expressed his shock and sadness, recalling their early days rehearsing in his bedroom and playing in small clubs before skyrocketing to fame. He described Buckler as a good guy and a great drummer whose innovative patterns helped shape the Jam's signature sound. Formed in 1972 in Woking, Surrey, the Jam brought a new energy to the British music scene. Inspired by the raw edge of punk and the stylish rebellion of the Mon movement, the trio, Paul Weller, Bruce Foxton, and Rick Buckler, crafted anthems that resonated with working-class youth. With Buckler behind the kit, the Jam released 6 albums in just 5 years, blending sharp social commentary with aggressive, tight musicianship. His drumming style was precise, powerful, and deeply influential, helping the Jam stand out in the late 70s punk and new wave explosion. While Weller was often credited as the driving creative force, Buckler's drumming was an essential ingredient. His no-nonsense rock-solid beats anchored the band's sound, giving songs like Going Underground and Eaton Rifles their unstoppable drive. When the Jam disbanded in 1982 at Weller's decision, Buckler didn't stop making music. He formed the short-lived but respected band Time UK, collaborated with other artists, and later reunited with Bruce Foxton to perform the Jam's classics in From the Jam. He also authored several books about the band's history, giving fans an inside look at their journey. Bruce Foxton described him as a great drummer and a good guy, while singer Rhoda Dakar reminded us that a band is only as good as its drummer, a sentiment that rings especially true when remembering Buckler's impact. Number 5. Charlie Baillie. The world of Canadian football lost a legend on February 17th as Hall of Fame coach Charlie Baillie passed away at the age of 90. A man who dedicated his life to the sport, Baillie left an indelible mark on the game from his years as a CFL player to his unparalleled coaching career at McGill University. Born in Montreal on Valentine's Day in 1935, Baillie's love for football was evident from an early age. A standout at Westmount High School, he was named league MVP in 1951, earning recognition as Westmount's triple threat backfielder. That success propelled him into an incredible career that spanned decades. Baillie played 7 seasons in the CFL, suiting up for the Montreal Alouettes, Calgary Stampeders, and later the Quebec Rifles and Montreal Beavers of the Continental Football League. But it was his coaching career where he truly cemented his legacy. Starting as an assistant coach at McGill in 1967, he briefly moved to Sir George Williams University before returning in 1972 as the head coach. Over the next 29 years, Baillie built McGill into a national powerhouse. He was the only coach involved in all 3 of McGill's Vanier Cup appearances, leading the team to its first and only national title in 1987. His impact wasn't just measured in wins. Baillie was a mentor, a leader, and a builder of men. He coached over 100 academic All-Canadians, produced multiple CFL and NFL players, and helped shape the careers of future coaches. This is what his former associates had to say about him. Vincent Gagné, former McGill player. Coach Baillie had such a positive influence on thousands of McGill graduates. It's hard to say farewell. Pat Sheehan, former McGill assistant. He gave me my start in coaching, and I'm forever grateful. Winning the Vanier Cup with him in 1987 was an unforgettable moment. Baillie's contributions to football were recognized with numerous accolades. He was a 4-time OQIFC Coach of the Year, the 1987-88 Quebec Foundation University Coach of the Year, and was inducted into the McGill Sports Hall of Fame in 2008. Even in his later years, Baillie remained dedicated to the McGill football family. As he once joked, "I always wanted to grow old, but not this old." His passing marks the end of an era, but his legacy will live on in the generations of players and coaches he mentored. Number 6. Jacques Augendre. His words captured the drama, the grit, and the glory of cycling's greatest stage. Jacques Augendre wasn't just a journalist, he was the memory of the Tour de France. With over half a century of first-hand reporting, he chronicled the sport's most defining moments, shaping how the world saw the peloton in motion. Born in Paris on April 28, 1925, Augendre grew up with cycling in his blood. His father, a former cyclist, passed down a passion for the sport. As a teenager, Jacques himself raced during the German occupation of France, even qualifying for the 1943 Premier Pas Dunlop, a prestigious youth championship. His cycling dreams may have ended, but his storytelling journey was just beginning. In 1944, he joined Témoignage Chrétien and later L'Equipe in 1946, where he became an integral part of French sports journalism. By 1949, he was on the road with the Tour de France, covering the thrilling battle between Fausto Coppi and Gino Bartali. For Augendre, the 1953 Tour stood out above the rest. Louis-Saint Bobet, after years of heartbreak, finally claimed his first victory. But the moment wasn't just about Bobet, it was about the fierce rivalry with Jean Robic and the drama that unfolded in the mountains. Augendre, riding on the back of a motorbike, saw Baillie struggle firsthand as he climbed the legendary Isoire. He later recalled the moment Fausto Coppi, watching from the roadside, summed up Baillie's effort with 4 words: "He is so beautiful." Over the years, Augendre witnessed cycling's greatest legends in action. He called Merckx the greatest, Hinault the most naturally gifted, and Baillie the most courageous. And no moment, he said, was more unforgettable than Greg LeMond's 8-second victory over Laurent Fignon in 1989, the closest Tour finish in history. Beyond reporting, Augendre became the Tour de France official historian in 1991, ensuring that the race's rich history was preserved for generations. His books, from Les Sommets Tour de France to Vive la Tour, captured the essence of the sport. On February 18, 2025, at the age of 99, Jacques Augendre passed away, leaving behind an unparalleled legacy in cycling journalism. His words, his passion, and his deep knowledge of the sport made him a vital part of the Tour's history.